Alrighty, hello everybody, and welcome back to Game Day Squad's Aussie Rules live show. We are here because we are previewing round 13, the round that is about to be, and I'm joined by my trusty co-host and good friend, Cal, today to chop it up, talk about our squads, and then get into some fun games later, Cal. You hinted we've got something new on today's live, and I'm
Yep.
very, very excited to get into that.
Yeah, I'm really excited too. You've nailed the intro. I don't know if you saw me. I was on the rugby league one last night for the Queensland versus New South Wales games. Credit to you because it is hard. I felt like I absolutely butchered it, but you've nailed it here. You've been nailing all your picks all year, so I'm keen to see how you go. You did say we're doing a couple of different things today, so I'm keen to spice it up.
You've pulled some audibles.
I have. Do you know
Nice.
why? Because
Give me
I
that.
was sitting here last week, and I hope,
Okay.
like everyone else, I was super excited for multi-comps. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to have heaps of competitions. I'm going to get one right. I didn't get any right. So I needed to completely flip the table here. I needed to start getting some W's back in my corner. And I thought, you know what? Let's start with our Thursday night live show. Let's change it up a little bit. And maybe that's the
Okay.
thing that'll turn my season around.
Maybe it is. If you are here, make sure you drop in some comments. Ask any questions that are burning on your mind, of course. Official team lists haven't dropped. We had to do it a bit early this week. It won't always be like that. Normally, aiming for that 6:30 so we can, look at the team list, talk through properly. But we'll pull out the crystal ball. We'll try to do as best as we can with what we know. And you never know. There could be some shock surprises when it is announced in about an hour. So hopefully we don't look too silly, Cal. Let's get into it. We are here, of course, because of Game Day Squad. I'm sure you all know that are here. We've got multi-comps. It's never been a better time to sign up and get started. We've got the starter comp, classic, all that good stuff. But this week, we're talking about round 13. You can see the matchups that are there. There's some tasty ones. There are some ones that are really hard to pick, in my opinion.
Well, the first game is definitely not tasty. I tell you what,
It could be tasty for someone.
It may be from a fantasy perspective. I've been a bit out of the loop this week, and I didn't even know who was playing tonight until I saw it this afternoon. And that definitely burst my bubble because who put the Crows on Thursday night footy? No one wants that. But you are right. There are a couple of goodies I'm particularly looking forward to. Our Swannies up against Geelong on Sunday or Saturday, whenever they're playing. So looking forward to our boys being back after the bye. What do you reckon?
I don't want to hear that from you, mate. None of that. Look, I don't know. There's Taranto's back this round. So, Kel, I'm not sure if you've heard that, but Big Timmy T will be putting on his Guernsey again, running out. I don't know how much it's going to help the Tigers and the position they're in, but hey, it's something. Their leader's back. Their best player is going to be back on the pitch. But my point of the round, if the Swans can't beat Geelong, I'm going MIA. All right, I'm going under a rock. I'm not showing up to any shows. I'm not showing up to anything because I can't keep dealing with them being our kryptonite. So what I need this round, Swans, we're a better team, all right? We've only lost one game. I'll be damned if the second's against Geelong. Please do it for my mental health. That's all I'm asking.
Yeah, I've seen you lose to them a couple of times, and it's been a bit ugly because when you lose to them, you get absolutely flogged. So, that's a fair one. Fair one. I wouldn't mind you disappearing, so I might actually I might drop my Swans support this week. I might go for Geelong if it gets rid of you.
Odin out here saying, love the multi-comps, mate. We bloody love it as well.
Yeah, we do.
This as well. It's true. Harley Reid suspension really puts dampener on the Eagles and Roos Blockbuster. I'm going to say it's a soft free. If you saw that 5 years ago, there's no way. They'll be holding the ball. Nowadays, my goodness, you get weeks for that. I don't know. I reckon it's soft. Harley Reid has lost all eligibility to win awards. That's it. Suspension.
Crazy, hey? Can you imagine going over to America and talking to people and saying, "No, one of the rookies missed a game with suspension, so they didn't win Rookie of the Year." And just be
whoever
what?
wins it, they damn right going to know they're not the Rookie of the Year.
I get it for the Brownlow, but rookie, ridiculous. I didn't know that was a thing. I've followed footy my whole life. I did not know that you could lose the Rookie of the Year, NAB Rising Star, whatever they call it now.
NAB Rising
Star. Crazy. A bit of a dampener in the Harley Reid Derby. My thing this week is Port Adelaide, the fans, the only ones that love having their team on a bye because I haven't been happier as a Port fan heading into a round of footy than I am this weekend. We don't get to watch them. Fantastic. Can't be upset this weekend. I tell you what, I'd take a few more buys. I really would.
Yeah, well, like for Rosie Stringer, I'd be trying to get as many buyers in a row as humanly possible. That's true.
Yeah, definitely. But no, we're keen to rip in. Make sure if you are in the comments, we've got a few games. We might need a few extra guests than usual. So keep your questions coming in.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Kel, it's really sad. We're about to get to our squads, but no Luke Ryan this week. I can't tell you how upset that makes me. He's just been a cornerstone in my defense, and having to build a squad that had no Sarong and no Ryan, who have literally, I think, featured every single week for me, was a bit upsetting, to say the least.
Well, before we do, that's a great place to start because I counted Sarong, Ryan, Clark, Rosie, Houston. 5 players.
Maybe if you want.
Maybe, but like those 5, I don't like. They've played the majority of my games for me. Just all gone. So last week there was obviously some big names gone, but I tell you what, I thought, maybe a bit easier. Only 2 weeks, 2 teams. No, 2 very fantasy friendly teams. So yeah, it's made the back line a bit interesting. So yeah, keen to see how we've spiced it up.
I want you to see this. Something I've mocked up. I reckon this sums up our seasons. And look, I'm not saying that I'm the best, but when it comes to me and you, mate, you're my jester and I'm the prince of English gang.
Oh my God, you've got the little crown on English gang. I didn't even notice that. I was too busy staring at my big nose. Thanks for that. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
I'm hoping everyone else enjoys that. That was really fun to make. I can't lie. I greatly enjoyed, and especially knowing that you had no idea this was coming makes it even better because I reckon you weren't expecting that. English gang, we're holding in there. It's coming. I'm telling you. It's coming. But let's reveal our squads. Enough of the chit chat, Kel. We're going to do it a little bit differently this week. We're going to go line group by line group, have a look at our similarities, have a look at our differences, and let's just talk through it. So, Kel, I might let you start it off, mate. Take it away.
Yeah, so we've gone 5 of the same I can see here. I think Sheasel, absolute lock. Dacos, a lock. Newman, interesting matchup. They play Essendon, but I still was comfortable with that. Same with Ridley as well. Looks like once again, we've split the difference on the St Kilda defender. I've gone Sinclair, and I've actually gone Lockie Whitfield as well.
I can't pick the Saints defender, so you're going to get the better score. I've been wrong every single week or round this year. So don't worry. I actually reckon that's the better play.
Yeah.
My track record is saying he's going to score more.
Yeah, so I've got to call out that I still am working on a trade here. I actually have given away my Duggan at some point, my bronze Duggan, and I do need him back. So I'm going to have to go fishing for one because I love that matchup. I think I'm sure you'll get into why you picked him in a second, but the matchup this weekend, he should absolutely eat up. I think I told you I was even thinking about playing Yo just for how tasty that matchup is against North and them just kicking around the back and just getting chippies. So yeah, I'd be trying to do that. I think Sinclair might be the one that I leave out, but Lockie Whitfield as well. I'm thinking bounce back game against the Hawks, really friendly matchup. And if I wasn't getting absolutely slandered in the way you set me up
back.
English Gang 23.
Welcome back, my brother. Welcome back. It's been a minute. I haven't seen him on the stream in a while. English Gang 23 is back. Cow copying the Zeus cannons. You hate to see it. Yeah, you do. You really do.
Well, I should also reveal that I hadn't updated my slides. I left that very late. And Tom actually messaged me being like, there's no way you've done the exact same squad. I think you were about to just burst out and I don't know what. But yeah, I thought about it. I thought about coming to the show with the exact same squad, just winding you up and seeing how many line groups we could get through before you noticed.
That's funny, man. Let me get into mine though quickly.
Welcome back, English Gang.
We've got heaps. Same matchups, so we won't really go through them. I'm going to talk about NWM. I'm a bit worried about the Sinclair matchup in the midfield because they got the Suns, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct?
Sorry, I've just seen Finn McGuinness's comment. Finn, you get me every single time. Absolutely gold. Bring it up, Tom. You get, if you get.
Yeah, that's great. That is great.
Yes, we are starting early. Tom said he got places to be, so we've had to
Yep.
move our whole schedule around for him, but it's all right. I guess when you've got the crown, you can make those sort of calls. But yeah, back onto NWM.
Yeah, man. Just they got the Suns. I think Sinclair plays a little bit more time in the midfield. Suns are known to lock down the midfielders. So I'm looking at that person who's going to be at the back, who's not going to be playing the midfield, and that's why I've gone NWM. But please don't listen to me. I can't get this matchup right, and I bet you Sinclair will score more. Second one, Duggan, we've gone different. You spoke about the matchup, mate. Duggan is going to get so many little cheapies against North. He's going to be doing the kick-ins. He's going to be slinging it from the defense, switching it to him. They're going to want to get the ball in his hands, and it's someone you definitely want to start. And I had a little side note. When I was building my squad, I thought, and it came down to me with the bronzes, I thought, am I going to go Whitfield or am I going to go Newman? And for me, I have more trust in Newman this round, which is why you don't see Whitfield in my D or best 7 for defenders. So that wraps up my decisions right
Just
there.
before you flick on, has anyone ever said the sentence, I'm going to miss Luke Ryan playing this week?
Yes.
I've fallen in love with watching him fantasy.
Yes.
It's going to be really sad. I never thought, if you told me 12 months ago, you're going to be sad Luke Ryan's not there, out the back, taking kick-ins. Yeah. Come back,
It's
Luke.
very upsetting, Cal. I can't lie. But let's get into the midfields, mate. You talk through yours. We'll talk about some of our differences.
Yeah, so you've gone, first thing I notice here is you've gone your 2 All-Stars, which means you're King English gang. Even though he's returned in the chat, he has not got the All-Star for you. So that's the first big one I can see there. Pretty vanilla. Goulden off the bye. I like Walsh. I think has just been an awesome form. Dawson's got such a good matchup tonight. And Merritt, I went Martin last week. Didn't work out. Not the great pod. So I've fixed up that mistake. I'm shocked you haven't gone Bont. Did you watch that guy's fourth quarter?
Yeah, but he just spends too much time up forward. And this is my thought process. I wrote a note down because I knew that this is the one thing you're going to pull up. And I'm looking at fantasy floor. I'm looking at fantasy floor, and I think Trelaw's just safer. I think he's going to get me around that 120 to 130. And with the squad that I've built this round, I'm going to take that over the boom or bust play with Bont. Because yes, Bont has the potential to go 200 when he's on. But he also, we've seen some rounds this year where he's gone a little bit quiet and he hasn't had the same game because he is playing more time in that forward line, which when he's playing like he did last round, that doesn't matter because he had like how many goals? I guess it makes up for all that. Oh, yeah. So, it's a high risk play playing Bont, in my opinion. So that's why I'm going a bit of a safer option.
And that's probably a fair reflection of, I guess, where we are from a seasonal competition perspective. My chances of a prize card are slim. So trying to look at those weekly ones, try to more just pride. So I think I'm happy to take that bit of a higher risk with Bont and live with it 100%. If he scores 60 because he stays up forward. I think he's going to need it to be in the midfield though against the Lions. I think otherwise they're just going to get overrun. The other one I've got Noah Anderson, and he's someone that I'll admit I was pretty late to the party on Noah, despite our good friend and former host Kerm being all about him. But he's been so good, and against Essendon on the weekend as well. So I'm just going to ride that wave. I do like the Tom Green matchup. I'll be honest, I didn't really consider it, but again, he's playing the Hawks. I think I've gone Whitfield, so I've probably gone for one of two. I don't know if I'd want to run both of them. But
English gang said it, man. This is the problem when I reveal my squad because Cow just looks at it and goes, tasty. I'm going to take some of that advice. But yeah, against Hawthorn, mate, you've spoken about it in your matchup matrix this year, which is why it's surprised that I didn't see Tom Green when I flicked over. Noah Anderson, though, again, another boom and bust player. He's one of those players who gets those 160s, 170s, but we can also see him float around that 100 mark in some rounds. So he's got a good matchup, I guess, this round against the Saints. So we're going to see how it goes. I don't mind it, though. I have to say, if it plays out for you, it's going to be a huge, huge difference against us, at least head-to-head. Got Jonathan Turner here. New to GDS, any players in tonight's game worth starting? Yes, I am going to talk about it right now. I think Dawson, and got another point up here. Dawson carrying an injury. He got cleared as of like 2 days ago. So he's fully healthy, or at least that's what they're saying. So I'm going to be starting him with confidence, which is why I have that all-star in there. Thursday night footy against Richmond, which is such a good matchup for mids. I can't not have my all-star Dawson out tonight. I'm going to be taking, I guess, a little bit of a risk in that.
It's definitely a risk. And,
And
my rule.
Matt Crouch as well, also out for the season. So that's one of their key midfielders for the Crows who's been eating a lot of points, who's now going to be out. I think it's more weight on Laird's and more weight on Dawson's shoulders.
I wonder if one of the forward, if we see like a Rankin.
A Keys, a Rankin.
Yeah.
He might not be back yet. He's been out for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, waiting to see the team list. That's definitely what I'm looking at. I wouldn't be shocked if the Crows decide that, hey, Dawson sit out this one. But then again, it's a bit of a must win for them, which kind of is a bit of a concern in its own right. But yeah, definitely an injury cloud. I am surprised you are playing Dawson. Again, I thought he'd be a bit more of a risk. I feel like I want to take that bit more of a risk. But yeah, if he does go out, I tell you what, I might just listen to English Gang and peek over the shoulder and take that Tom Green idea because I do love that matchup.
Yeah, I can't see Rankin in the lineups right now, so I don't think he's playing. I'm just skimming. So yeah, I'm not Rankin this week, but maybe a Key, someone like that. But when Rankin's back, man, it's going to be tasty. It's going to be hard not to warrant a start. Let's go Rucks. We've gone different. You've gone Marshall. I've put the little English Gang there. We need to get that photo where me and English were together again. That was one of the best.
the doctored photo. Yeah, Gawn, obviously, no doubt. He's got the easy matchup this week, if I believe, against Collingwood. Marshall has a bit of a tougher one, but we don't know what's happening with the Suns. But English against the Big O, you've gone him.
I'm liking the matchup. I can't lie. And do you know one thing I don't like about multi-comps is the fact that salary cap has now become so hard to chop and change with some players. I want to be playing a higher tier Team English because I have a silver. I don't have higher than a silver, but I can't because I have players like Dale. I have players like Duggan, some silvers that I'm starting that don't have a bronze variant in, like Fisher, Flanders. Like I would love to be changing it around a little bit and get both them silvers, but I can't. That's the only downfall. But you've got to build your squad.
That sounds like user error. Don't be putting that on the platform.
I need to get more.
You should be busy at work, mate. Spend your weekends on the trade. Get in Discord. Chat to people. Make these trades happen. Come on. That's not a...
Rucks are done. I think Rucks are pretty vanilla. But do you know what? One thing I wrote down, pod this week, you want to pod Ruck? You don't want to go any of those options? Nan Curvis, coming off a killer week.
I thought you'd say De Koning after he turned into Superman. Was it last week?
And I think Riley O'Brien's been dropped from the Crows. So going to be interesting ruck matchup tonight. Nan Curvis could have a big one. Stay posted. But here we go. We've got a pretty... Okay, so you haven't started Sexton this year. You said it in the show, or maybe twice. I'm calling cap because I've never seen you rock up to this live with Sexton in your squad. So that's absolute cap, and you're going to follow me again. It's good. You should be. So I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying what you said on the show was cap because you haven't started him. I know that.
When did I say that I started him?
Because when I did my transfer market targets, you're like, no, you can't be saying a player who's playing well. And I asked the question, how many times have you started him?
And I told you two. I told you two. And I said two. No, but here's the thing. Here's where I got you, right?
Both last week.
Both last week. Both in different competitions. I had a platinum I rolled out in the champion. Yeah, so, hey, we've probably played Sexton just as many times as of each other, so get off your high horse. He's obviously been in awesome form, and particularly last week when we didn't have Zorko and Heaney. That was the week I should have played him. But I'm going to play him, going to roll with him. But Myers...
Finn McGuinness has some advice for you. He says, Graham Myers a harder man to catch than Craig Williams.
Yeah, I have got him. And listen, this is very much a bit of a roll of the dice here. So he's shown this year that he can be really good. For the first half of the year, or the majority of the year so far, he's been really good. His last 2 weeks have been poor, and I think a lot of coaches will have jumped off him. I'm a bit thin in the forward line stocks this week.
Okay.
If I'm going to make a change based on matchups, I reckon this is the line that's going to move the most. Definitely not those guys in the fourth, but I could see Myers easily slipping out in a last minute panic trade. But
no worries.
I've gone Mackay. Do you know why?
You like Mackay, and you're liking that Mackay v Mackay matchup.
I am loving the Mackay v Mackay matchup. I want to be all in on watching just that matchup. And I'm like, listen, if I'm going to be that heavily invested in the outcome of that matchup, then I might as well be playing one of them. And I'm not playing Ben.
Yeah, I love it.
So,
I like it.
Harry, but talk to me about Toby. He does have a delicious matchup, but
he does. I spoke about
also,
him in some of my, was it Transfer Market or one of the segments the other week. I'm just looking at his disposal increase over the past couple of rounds, and there's definitely been a point to get Toby Green more involved with GWS, and you can tell, and he's just coming higher up the ground. They're wanting to get the ball into his hands and then kick it inside the forward 50. I think I was looking at some numbers before. This is 2 weeks ago. I'm not sure if this is still true. He has the highest percentage to find a mark inside forward 50 in the entire AFL. And when you're a player that has a boot that is that good, you need to be getting the ball in your hands in order to win. And they're going to want to do that a lot with Toby Green on the weekend against Hawthorn. The second point here is Baker. I'm a bit worried. Taranto's back. Bolton's back. Is he still going to be the player that I think that he can be? Is he still going to get me that 100 points? Obviously, I'm currently leaning because I'm looking at it as like a safer play. Rather, like Bolton has more upside.
Soft.
Baker.
You've gone soft here. Safer play here. Lower floor. What's happened to you?
We'll see, mate. I've changed, man. I'm trying to hunt the top 10, and I'm sick of picking players who then dud up. I need to get in the top 10. I want a prize card so bad, and I'm so close, but I'm so far away. So I need to be playing into
two functioning ACLs.
Oh, goodness.
Because people might not know that you've actually got a Bailey Smith, but
I have a prize card, but he's
scored 0 points for you.
He's not available at the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, man. But it's going to be interesting. Forwards are always tough to pick. Those last two spots, there's definitely a couple contenders like Mackay, Myers. Like, there's a couple people you can chuck in here and there. Even Dylan Moore as well. That's someone. Oh, speaking of, Plamo, thoughts on Dylan Moore backing up? Yeah, 100% agree. Like, he's definitely a contender to get in there. He's versing the Giants. Going to be a great game. I just currently don't have him in there. But I got him in my classic team. So I am going to start him somewhere, just not in my classic. Sorry, got him in my starter team, just not in my classic.
He's been sneaky hard to get a hold of. But yeah, I know you've got to keep moving. You've got places to be, so keep moving on.
Tommy's tiers. Let's get into it this week. Silver tier, a little bit vanilla. I'm very worried about Sheasel. I can't lie, but I'm trusting him. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I trust you, Sheasel. Don't let me down, all right? I'm going to put you in my tiers. Probably a bit low compared to other weeks, but I'm very nervous. I am very nervous.
Are you playing Nick Martin? You are. You did. No, you're not. You're playing Merritt.
That's meant to be Merritt, sorry. Goodness gracious.
Calling you out stuff. Yeah, I was going to say you play Martin, even though I'm not. Great advice.
I saw Essendon and I thought I'd filled it out. That's my apologies there. But Treloar, safe play. Fisher, I've spoken about Fisher. I'm so high on him at the moment. And Duggan, Cal, you spoke about the matchup. I don't think we need to talk about that again. He's going to have a cracker game.
Talk to me, someone, if you're following along. You've got a spare Duggan. You know where to find me.
Anything wrong with there? We liking the tiers. And definitely leave some comments.
Again, it's a bit soft, but it's all fair. It's all fair.
All right. Love it. Love it. Here we go. Tim English, as I said, I would love to play higher. I currently can't with what's available in my club. Haney, because he's Isaac Haney. Every time I've thought he's going to regress a little bit, he just hasn't. He's going to have the opportunity to kick a lot of goals on the weekend. He's going to have the opportunity to dominate against Geelong's midfield. We're a bit thinned, and I think it's going to be a tasty matchup. Would be worthy of a gold. And Dawson, because it's the Richmond Tigers. And if he's fully healthy, you're going to want a lot of Jordan Dawson. And I wouldn't be worrying about the fact that he's starting in the forward line on the team list. I think that's just a clearance thing for the midfield, and he'll come back straight into the guts once that ball up's been done to then get plenty of disposals.
I'm nervous about the Dawson one, but we've already gone over him. But English, I think you've got a little bit high. This is where your affiliations with gangs are pushing him up the tiers when he shouldn't be there, because that should be.
Hey, don't be spreading propaganda, right?
You're the one that's making the videos. You're spreading the propaganda.
All righty, let's get into platinum. I'm going Gawn. I think he's going to be the best ruck for the round. He's going to be the safest. And why? He's on fire, firstly. He's the only good player for the Demons last round. And if the Demons are going to get out of this slump that they're in, I can promise you one thing. It's going to be on the back of Max Gawn. And he's going to step up in a time where they need him the most. They're a great team, or at least we thought they were. They're going to turn it around, I think, and it literally starts with the big man, their captain right there.
Yeah, I like that pick. I love how you got the other Melbourne guys involved. Has anyone heard from Oliver or Petrarca for a while? Are those guys
No,
okay?
and I haven't even thought about starting them at all since round 1.
What I was going to say, not this time last year, but 18 months ago, right? Clayton Oliver could have been hand up for best dynasty mid in the comp. Yeah,
crazy how time can fly and things can change so quickly. Flanders, because it's Sam Flanders, he's got an average of 131 people. All right, he's very worthy of his platinum grade, and if anything, you should be arguing that he's not high enough. It's definitely in the right spot, though, in my opinion.
Yeah, no complaints from me on this tier.
Awesome. Let's go to diamonds. These are my big boys here. I'm going Sam Walsh. Now, look, traditionally, you look at Essendon, you look at some of the numbers, the matchup matrix, as Cal would like to say, it doesn't look that great. But I can tell you this, he's a really good inside player. And with the way that he's tackling this season, I think he's going to thrive in a matchup like this. He's very clean. He's going to get 25 plus disposals, but I see a double-digit tackle game, which is already going to be about a 140, 130 right there. You have a diamond on that. That's exactly what you're looking for if you're spending that salary cap. So that's my reasoning right there. Although it's a tough matchup, I see a big performance from Walsh still.
Yeah, he's been great since he's been coming back. So I'm all for that. Zorko obviously has been. Whereas he's sitting second highest average in the whole competition. So
if anyone thought that preseason, then you're actually a wizard, honestly.
Yeah, we're just hoping. I think we said this last week. Hope he doesn't retire because we'd hate to throw him in an all-star pack just for him to sail off into the sunset. So,
100%. Let's get into I think you're not going to know who the two are here, and I think they're well deserving of legend at the moment. I'm going to talk about Goulden first. He's consistent. If you're spending a legend salary cap, you want that floor in your fantasy score. He doesn't even get under 20 kicks a game anymore. He's literally 20 kicks plus a game. That's 80 points already there with kicks alone. I want all of that in my squad. And that's why I'm putting him at legend over someone like a Dawson or a Merritt who can fluctuate in score. If you're going to put a legend salary cap in a squad, you want the best output and you want a return for it. That's my reasoning. Right there, Cal. What do you think about that? Goulden, is he worthy of the legend or should he be a bit lower?
No, I think it's the matchup that scares me. But, if outside
Goulden at times.
But yeah, that's the thing. He is still very good, right? He doesn't rely on kicking goals for those scores. His tackling has been good. I think he had a bunch of tackles last week, which, for someone at his size, if he's doing that, then that fantasy score is going up.
Last week.
I want to talk more about Dacos, and I know we've got to keep moving here, but he's been awesome. I think you can pinpoint the moment where he started turning it up, and it's back when, and you love to pump up your tires. Do you remember when I said buy him now because he's never going to be lower price?
I do. That was a good call. Yeah, must say.
I haven't had many this year. I nailed that one, which, to be honest, isn't a very difficult thing to actually do because this guy's a Jet and he just had a couple of bad games to start the year.
If Sexton's in too good a form to call out in that, then surely
So him and Sheasel bouncing back were my two winners for the year. But no, love it. Good tiers. Can't roast you this week.
Awesome. Let's move it on. Let's get a bit of pack. The buy, give, sell. Cal.
Oh, we're still doing
I'm going to go first this week. Yeah, I thought so. Let's quickly do it. We have generous.
Because we've got something else spicy, something else that I'm looking forward to doing. So if you do want to get involved, let us know.
Ooh,
we might have to pick a few people. So we might need some volunteers.
This is me, Cal. So this is okay for you. I'm going Finn McGuinness to give away. I'm gonna keep that because surely it can't get worse. Maybe it can. I'm going to sell that for $1.
You have stitched someone up here. And you
Finn
know what?
McGuinness, I'm so sorry, but look, player's a player.
A player is a player. I'm going to go for English Gang 23 because I hope because you know what? Let's get a dud pack, bit of karma. I was going to say, watch this be the first legend.
Keep the change, Tommy boy. Finn McGuinness has told me he doesn't want any of that.
All right, go left to right here.
Ben Brown.
Yeah, you can have him. There you go, Tim English. You can have Ben Brown. Draper.
Sammy
Damn, I should have given you
Draper.
Draper. All right, Draper up on the market for a cent.
There you go.
McIntyre. I'll take my boy. Yeah, I'll take it.
He's coming
I'll
home.
take it. I'll take it. All right.
Right, Cal. Let's pull up this first because I did see that you did prep this part. So, Hef, he's made a game, footy numbers giveaway. What we're going to do, we're going to play a bit of footy numbers. If you haven't seen it before, you're about to see it for the first time. And Cal, why don't you explain the rules of how this is going to work? Because I don't even know what we're about to jump into.
Yeah, I definitely threw this on your last minute. First of all, shout out for Hef from the Keeper League. So he's made this bit of a game. So it's already ended up on Channel 7. It's going so good. So I thought, hey, it could be a bit of fun. And we love supporting Hef. Hef supports a lot of the stuff we do here at Game Day Squad. So happy to support him as well. So how this is going to work is it's basically a guessing game. Pull it up and you can run through the dummy because what it does is it generates a number and a team.
Player.
And then you have to guess what jersey number that is. So who is the player
in this
that has
time.
that?
So we don't have forever. All right. Like you got to get pretty. You got to be pretty on it.
So we're going to give it a few rapid fire goes, and here's what's going to happen. We're going to take it in turns. We'll see how many we have here, but it's all about your streak and how many you can get in a row. You can see at the top it says current streak. So I'm going to start with Justin, and Justin, you get one common player for every streak I get. So if I go on a 50 streak here, you're getting 50 players. Spoiler, I'm not going on a 50 streak.
Don't put that out in the universe because that's not happening.
Yeah, it's definitely not happening.
You know one thing, Kel, we do so much, I've got the analysis, we've got the averages down. If this was averages, I'd be nailing this. The players. I'm not
Hef.
good
There's
with
your second game, Hef. If this takes off, get the averages game out. But all right, I'm going to tick things off. Justin, let's go. Oh,
you've got to know this. Come on, even I know this.
I thought one of the forwards. Tommy
15
Powell.
seconds. I got to.
Nick Larkey.
It was one of the forwards though.
Sorry, Justin.
All right, I'm going Tim English. I'm going English Gang 23. I'm repping my boy. Let's go. I'm not very good at this. Oh goodness.
Ooh.
It's not. Is it Dixon? No, it can't be Dixon.
Dixon's ego wouldn't let him have 44.
I actually have no idea. I'm lost. All the players I know are definitely not this. I can't even get a guess. I actually have no idea who this could be. Who is this? Do you know it, Kel? Do you even know
him? No. Jackson, mate.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry.
All right. Corporate Ruse, you're up next. I'll try and we'll try and give a player away. Oh, is this Newman?
It's not. I knew it typing it as well, but I didn't want to tell you. All right. Who am I picking? I'm going Finn McGuinness. Essendon, 11. Ridley. Oh, it's Gresham. Oh, I'm so silly. I actually knew this.
I tell you what, I'd played around in this a little bit, but I have a new appreciation for the people who I see and are getting 7 or 20 in the streaks and then posting it up on Twitter. Justin, I'll give you another go. Oh, no.
It's coming to your team as well. Come on. If there's one team that you should know the numbers, jersey numbers for, it has to be here.
Is it Frankie Evans? Francis Evans?
Is that what we're going to lock in?
Yeah, lock it in. I was going to say McIntyre as well. Oh, no.
I'm going Blemo. Here we go. We need to get one. We got
to give one away. Oh.
Whitfield 6, 9, Green. Oh. What is Green? I thought it was Toby.
4 and 12 for the two Greens.
Oh, I'm tripping.
Is there anyone else that we haven't?
I know this. I'm going to help you if you don't know this.
Hang on, we've got to find someone. Bowden. But this is for Bowden. Is it Kemi Rayner?
It is. I'm so sure this is Cam.
No, it's not. He's 16, of course.
He's 16. I saw it, and then my first name. I actually agree with you though. First name came to mind.
All right, go to sync. Someone. He's a good. Oh Jesus.
Why do I think crisp? But it just can't be. Can it?
It's not crisp. I think I saw somewhere here where he was saying it's limited to the top players. It's not
To
the
the
whole
top
list.
players.
Yeah, or like the players who have played this year. So you're not going to get people that you've never heard
Oh
of.
man,
Category
I don't
B
know who
rookies.
this is.
Oh.
Okay, there's no way I would have guessed Will Parker.
Well, you know what we're doing? We're embarrassing ourselves here, and I think
we are.
we are.
You know, one more each. Let's go. Let's lock in.
How about this? We instead of one each, let's do it combined.
Okay.
Because clearly, we can't do it by ourselves. So Dan's Dynamos has just jumped in. You haven't been missing much, Dan. Let's go. Let's go. Come on,
Cal.
For everyone we get right, Dan gets a common player. Ooh. Please tell me you know. What numbers? No, Duggan.
Oh, fuck. I shouldn't have guessed it. I was too confident. What is Waterman? He's close to that. Sorry. Yeah, what's my profanity? All right, Cal. One more each, because I tanked that for us. 32.
Chapman.
I'm thinking Frederick. No?
Could be.
Oh man. I'm gonna guess Frederick, okay?
Yeah.
Come on.
All right, there's one. All right. Streaks on. Go. All right, we'll keep going till they're done.
Okay.
Hef, you've nailed this. It is a very addicting bit of fun, and I'm sure we'll be using it a lot more.
Doggies players, 25.
Ed Richards.
Joking. Is it?
I'm like 10% sure.
10% sure is not a very good percentage. How long do we have? I can't even see the timer. Okay.
No. All right, one. We'll wrap it up there. I think.
You've stumped us. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna all I'm gonna look at now is the numbers for players, and we're coming back with a vengeance next week.
Yeah, no, that's a bit of fun. I tell you what, I'm going to be doing some practicing in that in front of the footy when I don't have my GDS app in front of me.
I will say I got the only answer right though. All right.
I thought we were a team at that point.
No, we're now solo again. I'm taking the win. But you know what we have on Kel? We have this Dawson, Keys, Laird, some key players in the matchup versus Timmy T, Bolton, and Baker. The Crows are taking on Richmond. We've done it a bit early. Normally, we get to tell you to get your food ready, get some drinks ready, enjoy the footy. But you've got some time to set your winning squad. Team list should be confirmed. They're coming out in about 20 minutes or so. Make sure you're having a glance over. Yeah, enjoy the footy. We'll be back with Adventures with Hef's game. That is bloody hard, I will say that. That is tough to think. I think it's the time pressure that gets me. Like, I see the countdown, and instantly my brain is scrambling and just like, I can't recover.
I'm looking at those, and I'm like, nah, you can give me another hour. I'm still not guessing it. But yeah, go show Hef some love over at the Keeper League podcast.
Put your scores. We want to see it in our Discord. Show us your best streaks. No cheating, all right? We can't have any cheating. On the spot, show us your best streaks in there. We want to see who's going to come out on top on our Discord.
Fantastic.
That's it, Kel. That's going to wrap us up, mate, for another live. We'll be back as of next week, normal time. We'll come back at the regular time. Everyone, good luck in the rounds. You've got multi-competition, so you can set more than one squad. So get some pods in here and there. Have a good week, everybody, and we'll catch all your legends